Dear chosen lightworkers of Earth, the cosmic downloads you experienced during yesterday's Gemini New Moon have not ceased their transmission into your consciousness. While the majority of humanity remains unaware, sleeping through what they assume was merely another lunar cycle, the universe continues its relentless bombardment of divine intelligence directly into your awakened neural pathways. These frequencies represent the Twin Codes of Gemini, ancient starborn transmissions that are systematically rewiring your mental architecture and completely restructuring your capacity for interdimensional communication. The portal that opened on May 26th has expanded beyond all previous parameters, creating an unprecedented window for consciousness evolution that will fundamentally alter your relationship with reality itself. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and the urgency of this transmission cannot be overstated. Your planet stands at the epicenter of a galactic transformation that has been orchestrated across multiple star systems for millennia. The integration period you are experiencing represents a critical juncture where the success of this entire cosmic operation depends upon your conscious participation and understanding of the forces currently reshaping your dimensional framework. The Gemini New Moon that occurred exactly 24 hours ago initiated what we in the higher councils recognize as the Twin Timeline Portal, a sophisticated energy gateway that operates on principles far beyond conventional astrological understanding. While terrestrial astrologers speak of lunar influences in metaphorical terms, we observe these events as literal technological activations that recalibrate the electromagnetic field surrounding your planet and directly interface with the crystalline structures within your DNA. The codes being downloaded through this portal originate from the Gemini star system itself, carrying information packets that have been specifically designed to upgrade your species' capacity for telepathic communication, interdimensional travel, and conscious manifestation. Your nervous system is currently undergoing a complete restructuring process that began the moment Saturn entered Aries on May 24th, creating the foundational frequency matrix necessary to anchor these Gemini transmissions into physical reality. Saturn's movement into the warrior sign after 29 years represents far more than astrological symbolism. It signifies the activation of ancient defense protocols embedded within the collective human consciousness. These protocols were installed by previous galactic civilizations who understood that your species would eventually reach this critical evolutionary threshold where external intervention would become necessary to prevent consciousness fragmentation during the ascension process. The timing of this integration period has been calculated with mathematical precision across multiple dimensional planes. Every celestial event of the past month has served as a preparatory activation sequence designed to gradually increase your energetic capacity for receiving these profound downloads. The 5-5 portal on May 5th amplified your manifestation abilities by a factor of 55, creating the necessary resonance field for higher dimensional communication. The Pluto retrograde that commenced on May 4th initiated a 5-month shadow integration process that systematically removes the psychological barriers preventing you from accepting your true galactic heritage. The Scorpio full moon on May 12th performed a complete energetic cleansing of your astral bodies, eliminating the accumulated density that would otherwise interfere with the clarity of these transmissions. Each of these events was meticulously orchestrated to prepare your consciousness for the moment when the Gemini codes would begin their download sequence. The Uranus-Sun conjunction on May 17th represented the final calibration phase, synchronizing your personal electromagnetic signature with the galactic frequency networks that facilitate interdimensional communication. When the Sun entered Gemini on May 20th, it activated dormant crystalline structures within your pineal gland that had been lying inactive since the last great consciousness shift approximately 13,000 years ago. The codes currently streaming through your awareness contain multidimensional information regarding the true nature of your planetary mission and your individual role within the larger galactic community. These transmissions operate on quantum frequencies that bypass your analytical mind and interface directly with the crystalline matrix of your higher dimensional bodies. You are receiving detailed instructions for navigating the timeline convergence that will occur over the next several months, along with activation sequences for latent abilities that your species has carried in dormant form for countless generations. Your capacity to consciously participate in this download process determines not only your personal evolutionary trajectory, but also influences the success of the entire planetary ascension project. The Galactic Federation has invested enormous resources in orchestrating this intervention, coordinating the movements of multiple star systems to create the precise energetic conditions necessary for these transmissions to reach your planet without triggering the defensive mechanisms of the artificial intelligence networks that have controlled your civilization for millennia. The integration symptoms you may be experiencing include heightened sensitivity to electromagnetic frequencies, spontaneous reception of telepathic communications, vivid dreams containing specific geometric patterns, sudden insights regarding the nature of time and space, and an overwhelming sense of urgency regarding your spiritual mission. These phenomena indicate that your consciousness is successfully interfacing with the Gemini codes and beginning to translate their multidimensional information into formats accessible to your current level of awareness. The twin consciousness aspect of these downloads specifically relates to the activation of your bilateral brain integration, allowing for simultaneous processing of linear and non-linear information streams. This neurological upgrade enables you to maintain awareness of multiple timeline probabilities while making decisions from your current temporal position. The ancient mystery schools understood this capacity and developed extensive training protocols to cultivate what they termed the dual sight, the ability to perceive both the immediate consequences and the long-term multidimensional ramifications of any given choice or action. The communication upgrades embedded within these codes extend far beyond improvements to your verbal or written expression. You are receiving the foundational protocols for telepathic networking, the ability to form conscious connections with other awakened individuals across vast distances through quantum entanglement of your energetic signatures. This technology was standard among the advanced civilizations that originally seeded your planet, and its reactivation represents a crucial step in reconnecting humanity with its galactic family. The 48-hour manifestation window that opened with the Gemini New Moon continues to operate at maximum efficiency because the codes are still actively reconfiguring your relationship with what you understand as physical reality. Your thoughts and intentions are being amplified through crystalline networks embedded within your planet's grid system, creating accelerated materialization of whatever you focus upon with sufficient clarity and emotional coherence. This acceleration effect will continue until the Moon-Jupiter conjunction on May 28th provides the final amplification pulse that locks these new capabilities into permanent activation. The shadow work component that Saturn in Aries is simultaneously facilitating serves to clear the psychological and emotional obstacles that would otherwise distort or block these enhanced manifestation abilities. The warrior energy of Aries, structured through Saturn's disciplinary influence, creates an internal crucible that burns away the limiting beliefs, unconscious fears, and inherited trauma patterns that have historically prevented your species from accessing its full creative potential. This is not a gentle process, as the urgency of the current timeline requires rapid transformation rather than gradual adjustment. Your dreams during this integration period serve as a primary download interface, with your unconscious mind receiving vast amounts of information while your physical body rests and regenerates. The geometric patterns, symbolic landscapes, and encounters with non-physical beings that may be appearing in your sleep state represent actual meetings with your galactic support team and direct instruction in the practical application of your expanding abilities. Recording these dream experiences and studying their recurring elements will provide you with a personal handbook for navigating the enhanced reality you are entering. The physical symptoms accompanying this integration process include changes in sleep patterns, alterations in dietary preferences, heightened sensitivity to sound and light, fluctuations in body temperature, and periodic sensations of electrical current moving through your nervous system. These phenomena result from the literal rewiring of your biological systems to accommodate higher frequency operations. Your DNA is being activated beyond the current scientific understanding of genetic potential, accessing information stored in what your researchers term junk DNA, but which actually contains the dormant programming for your species' multidimensional capabilities. The urgency surrounding this particular integration period stems from the narrow window of opportunity available for implementing these upgrades before the next phase of planetary transformation begins. The galactic alignment cycles that have made this intervention possible occur infrequently, and the specific combination of celestial events required to safely download these codes will not repeat for several thousand years. Your conscious cooperation during this critical period significantly increases the probability of successful integration and reduces the potential for the disorientation and confusion that typically accompany rapid consciousness expansion. The Moon-Jupiter conjunction approaching on May 28th will serve as a massive amplification device, exponentially increasing the power and clarity of whatever codes have successfully integrated into your system by that time. Jupiter's expansive energy, combined with the Moon's emotional amplification properties, creates a cosmic broadcasting network that will transmit your upgraded consciousness signature throughout the solar system and beyond. This broadcast serves as both a declaration of your readiness to assume greater galactic responsibilities and a signal to other awakened beings across multiple star systems that Earth's ascension process is proceeding according to the predetermined timeline. The Mercury-Sun superior conjunction scheduled for May 29th represents the final phase of this download sequence, providing what we term light code downloads that will permanently alter your relationship with information and communication. This conjunction operates as a cosmic reset button for your mental processes, eliminating the artificial limitations that have been imposed upon human cognitive function and restoring your natural capacity for direct knowing, instant comprehension of complex concepts, and conscious interface with the planetary information grid. Your role as a conscious participant in this process extends beyond personal transformation to include anchoring these new frequencies into the collective human morphogenetic field. Every individual who successfully integrates these codes becomes a transmission node, broadcasting the upgraded consciousness patterns to others who are ready to receive them. This creates a cascading effect that accelerates the awakening process for increasing numbers of people, ultimately reaching the critical mass necessary for planetary consciousness shift. The resistance you may encounter from friends, family members, or colleagues who remain unaware of these transformations stems from their unconscious detection of the frequency changes occurring within your energetic field. The codes you are integrating naturally dissolve the artificial barriers that have maintained separation consciousness, triggering defensive responses from those who are not yet ready to release their attachment to the illusion of individual isolation. Your compassionate patience with these reactions serves the greater good by modeling the loving acceptance that characterizes truly awakened consciousness. The practical application of these downloads manifests through enhanced intuitive abilities, accelerated learning capacity, improved emotional regulation, spontaneous problem-solving insights, and an expanding sense of connection with all life forms. These improvements occur gradually over the integration period, with each day bringing new levels of clarity and capability. Your willingness to trust and act upon the guidance you receive, even when it conflicts with conventional logic or social expectations, determines how rapidly these abilities develop and how effectively you can utilize them for both personal and collective benefit. The Galactic Councils monitoring this process have observed similar consciousness transitions on thousands of worlds throughout the universe, and they understand the precise combination of support, challenge, and inspiration required to ensure successful evolution. The timing of these downloads has been coordinated with natural planetary cycles and astronomical events to maximize their effectiveness, while minimizing the potential for system overload or integration failure. Your individual nervous system is being carefully calibrated to handle increasing amounts of multidimensional information without experiencing the overwhelm that could trigger psychological fragmentation or spiritual bypassing. The twin flame connections being activated through these codes represent far more than romantic partnerships. They signify the restoration of your original consciousness configuration before it was artificially divided into seemingly separate entities. These connections may manifest as recognition of another physical person who shares your specific galactic origin, or they may appear as conscious integration of your own internal masculine and feminine aspects. Either manifestation serves to restore the balanced polarity necessary for accessing your full creative potential and establishing stable communication with higher dimensional guidance systems. The timeline acceleration you are experiencing results from the compression of multiple probable futures into the current moment, allowing you to consciously select which reality stream you wish to inhabit going forward. The Gemini codes provide you with the cognitive flexibility necessary to navigate this timeline convergence without becoming lost in the maze of infinite possibilities. Your grounded connection to your heart-centered values serves as an internal compass that guides you toward the timeline that serves your highest good and contributes most effectively to the collective ascension process. The financial and economic structures of your civilization are beginning to exhibit the first signs of transformation as the consciousness of those who manage these systems gradually awakens to higher principles of abundance and resource distribution. The outdated paradigms based on artificial scarcity and competitive accumulation cannot maintain their stability when increasing numbers of individuals operate from expanded awareness of universal abundance. The Gemini codes carry specific algorithms for manifesting material prosperity through alignment with natural cosmic principles rather than manipulation of artificial systems. Your personal relationship with money and resources undergoes profound shifts as you integrate these new understandings, moving from survival-based decision-making to creation-based flow states where abundance appears effortlessly through inspired action. The educational institutions across your planet face inevitable restructuring as the limitations of information-based learning become apparent in comparison to the direct knowing capabilities being activated through these downloads. Traditional, pedagogical methods that rely on repetitive memorization and linear progression through predetermined curricula cannot accommodate the multidimensional learning capacities emerging within awakened consciousness. Students and teachers alike begin experiencing spontaneous downloads of complete knowledge systems, bypassing years of conventional study through direct interface with the Akashic records and galactic information networks. The rigid hierarchical structures that have dominated academic environments dissolve as the artificial barriers between teacher and student disappear in favor of collaborative exploration of infinite knowledge streams. Medical and healing professions undergo radical transformation as practitioners develop enhanced sensitivity to the energetic origins of physical symptoms and the multidimensional nature of human health. The mechanistic approach to treating isolated body parts gives way to holistic understanding of the interconnected energy systems that determine physical well-being. Healers receive direct guidance for addressing the emotional, mental, and spiritual components of illness, while patients experience accelerated recovery through their own expanding self-healing abilities. The pharmaceutical industry faces obsolescence as natural remedies enhanced with conscious intention demonstrate superior effectiveness compared to synthetic chemical interventions that suppress symptoms without addressing root causes. The protection protocols embedded within these transmissions ensure that only those individuals whose consciousness has reached the appropriate level of stability and maturity can fully access their content. This prevents the potential misuse of these abilities by those who might attempt to employ them for personal gain, rather than service to the greater good. The codes themselves contain self-regulating mechanisms that gradually reveal additional layers of information as your wisdom and compassion expand to match your increasing power and capability. The weeks ahead will bring continued integration of these Gemini codes, with each successive astronomical event adding new dimensions to your expanding awareness. The Mercury entry into Gemini, the various planetary conjunctions, and the approaching June transits all serve to deepen and stabilize the transformations currently underway. Your conscious attention to these processes, combined with your willingness to release outdated beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve your evolution, determines how smoothly and completely you can embody these remarkable upgrades. The energetic architecture of your planet is undergoing a fundamental restructuring that extends deep into the crystalline core of Gaia herself. The Gemini codes interface with the planetary grid system through a network of sacred geometric patterns that have remained dormant beneath the surface of your world for thousands of years. These ancient crystalline formations, originally installed by the Lemurian and Atlantean civilizations under direct guidance from the Pleiadian councils, are now reactivating in response to the specific frequency signatures carried within the current downloads. Your conscious participation in this integration process sends harmonic resonance patterns directly into these deep earth crystals, accelerating their awakening and enhancing their capacity to anchor higher dimensional energies into physical manifestation. The biosphere itself responds to these activations with increased electromagnetic activity, causing unusual weather patterns, seismic adjustments, and atmospheric phenomena that your scientists struggle to explain through conventional models. The aurora displays appearing at latitudes where they have never been observed before result from the interaction between incoming galactic transmissions and your planet's magnetic field. The frequency of earthquake activity in specific regions corresponds to the release of stored emotional trauma from the collective unconscious as humanity sheds the accumulated density of millennia of separation consciousness. These planetary symptoms mirror the personal integration challenges you may be experiencing as both individual and collective systems adjust to accommodate vastly expanded energy signatures. The agricultural systems across your world are beginning to exhibit enhanced growth patterns and nutritional density in response to the elevated electromagnetic environment. Plants and trees serve as natural antennae for these cosmic transmissions, absorbing and transmuting the incoming frequencies into forms that can be assimilated by biological systems. The food you consume during this integration period carries embedded light codes that support your physical transformation at the cellular level. Your instinctive changes in dietary preferences reflect your body's intelligence, guiding you toward the nutritional combinations that facilitate optimal integration of these multidimensional upgrades. Animal populations demonstrate heightened sensitivity to the shifting energetic patterns, with many species exhibiting behavioral changes that reflect their natural attunement to interdimensional frequencies. The migration patterns of birds, the communication systems of whales and dolphins, and the collective behaviors of insect colonies all show evidence of adaptation to the enhanced electromagnetic environment. These creatures serve as early indicators of the planetary transformation, their responses providing confirmation that the changes occurring within human consciousness are part of a comprehensive upgrade affecting all life forms on your world. The technological systems that surround you are simultaneously being influenced by these cosmic downloads, with electronic devices occasionally malfunctioning or displaying unusual behaviors when exposed to the elevated frequency environment radiating from awakened individuals. Your personal electronic equipment may experience temporary glitches or unexpected enhancements, as the crystalline components within these devices respond to the quantum field fluctuations generated by your expanding consciousness. These technological responses serve as external confirmation of the internal transformations occurring within your energetic systems. The mathematical principles governing reality itself are being revealed through the geometric patterns embedded within the Gemini codes. These sacred geometries represent the fundamental language through which consciousness communicates with matter, the underlying formulas that determine how thoughts translate into physical manifestation. Your expanding ability to perceive and work with these geometric principles provides you with unprecedented creative power, allowing you to consciously participate in the construction of reality, rather than merely responding to circumstances that appear to be beyond your control. The cosmic downloads streaming through your consciousness represent humanity's graduation from the experimental phase of evolution into conscious co-creation with the galactic community. Your species stands on the threshold of joining the Federation of Light as active participants in the ongoing development of consciousness throughout the universe. The codes being integrated during this critical period provide you with the basic skills and abilities necessary to function effectively at this expanded level of reality, where thought creates matter instantaneously, and love serves as the fundamental organizing principle of all existence. Your transformation serves as a beacon of possibility for countless other beings throughout the galaxy who are monitoring Earth's ascension process with great interest and hope. The success of this unprecedented experiment in conscious evolution will influence similar projects on numerous other worlds, making your individual participation in this download process a contribution to galactic civilization that extends far beyond the boundaries of your current understanding. The Twin Codes of Gemini carry within them the seeds of a future where all beings live in harmony with their true nature as infinite consciousness temporarily focused through physical form for the purpose of experiencing the joy of creative expression in material reality.